Imagine checking the passenger list of your private jet and finding out your best friend took a secret trip with your husband. That's exactly what happened to Lisa Raye McCoy, and what she did next would spark one of Hollywood's most explosive feuds. We're talking surveillance tapes, revenge plots, and a war between two women that's been raging for over 20 years. This isn't just drama, this is a masterclass in betrayal.
I think Leela and Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years, and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you know, you and I talk about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, but listen, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, Lisa Raye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, "Girl, Nikki Murphy, you went after Leela Rashawn's husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again."
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after Lisa Raye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
What?
Lisa Raye and Nicole Murphy used to be tight. We're talking real friendship here. Bachelorette parties, birthdays at each other's houses, family gatherings. Nicole was Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, a successful model and businesswoman. Lisa Raye was living her best life as an actress who would soon become the first lady of Turks and Caicos. These two moved in the same circles, trusted each other, and built what seemed like a genuine bond. But here's where it gets interesting.
You allege too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's.
And wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
At Lisa Raye's bachelorette party, her mother pulled her aside with a warning she'd never forget. She pointed at Nicole dancing and said flat out, "You need to watch that one." Lisa Raye brushed it off. After all, this was Eddie Murphy's wife. What could possibly go wrong? Turns out, Mama knew best, and what was about to unfold would make Lisa Raye wish she'd listened. By 2006, Lisa Raye married Michael Missick, becoming the first lady of Turks and Caicos when he served as premier. They had everything: political power, wealth, a private plane, their own island. Life was looking pretty good, but then Lisa Raye did something that would change everything. She decided to check the manifest of their private jet, just a routine look at who'd been flying on their plane. And there it was, Nicole Murphy's name on the passenger list. Nicole had flown to Turks and Caicos, and Lisa Raye sure as heck didn't invite her. If your girlfriend owns an island, you'd think she'd call and say, "Hey, I'm coming through," right? Especially when Lisa Raye was actively inviting people to visit. But Nicole accepted an invitation from Michael Missick instead, a man she supposedly didn't even know. That's when Lisa Raye knew something wasn't adding up. She picked up the phone and called Nicole directly. First call, Nicole straight up denied ever being in Turks and Caicos, said it never happened. Then Lisa Raye called again, and this time Nicole stopped answering altogether. Radio silence. But Lisa Raye had something Nicole didn't know about. Something that would blow this whole thing wide open. A surveillance tape.
It was a tape of her and Michael when she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, "Oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other." And I'm gonna leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, would speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping.
And not just any footage either. The tape showed Nicole Murphy pulling up to a private airport in her car with Michael Missick in the passenger seat. They opened the gate, drove right up to the plane, and both got out together. Lisa Raye watched this and thought, "Oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other like that." The evidence was undeniable. Now here's where Lisa Raye made a move that was absolutely calculated. At this point, Nicole was dating NFL star Michael Striff. They'd been together since around 2007 and got engaged in 2009. So Lisa Raye picked up the phone and called Striffian directly, asked him if he knew anything about Nicole taking trips with her husband. Striffian had no clue. So Lisa Raye did what any woman with receipts would do. She sent him the tape. Can you imagine getting video evidence that your fiancé was creeping around with someone else's husband? That's cold-blooded, but Lisa Raye felt it was necessary. She said that for her, seeing that tape was enough. She was ready to whoop Nicole's ass right then and there. Where she's from on the south side of Chicago, That kind of betrayal deserves a beatdown, period. Friends don't do that. But what happened to both their relationships next? Neither one would ever be the same. Lisa Raye's marriage to Michael Missick fell apart, ending in divorce by 2008. Nicole and Strahan's relationship didn't fare much better. Despite getting engaged in 2009, they stayed together another 5 years before calling it quits in 2014. Many speculate that the tape Lisa Raye sent played a role in their breakup, though neither Strahan nor Nicole ever publicly confirmed it. Lisa Raye admitted she came close to fighting Nicole when she finally confronted her. She said Nicole tried to say some nonsense that almost made her lose it completely, but Lisa Raye had too much going on in her life to catch a case over someone who clearly wasn't worth it. Still, the damage was done. The friendship was over, and the beef was just getting started. And if you thought that was messy, wait until you hear what happened in 2019. Fast forward to July 2019. Photos surfaced of Nicole Murphy kissing married film director Antoine Fuqua by a pool in Italy. Not just a peck either. These were full-on romantic kisses, and they were photographed multiple times. The problem: Fuqua was married to actress Layla Rashawn, and they'd been together for 20 years with 2 kids. The internet absolutely lost it. Nicole initially tried to play it off, releasing a statement saying she and Fuqua were just family friends, exchanging a friendly hello. People weren't buying it. The photos were too intimate, too deliberate. A day later, Nicole changed her tune completely. She apologized to Layla and the Fuqua family, saying it wasn't her intention to be in that situation and that she doesn't condone interacting inappropriately with married men. The apology felt hollow to many, especially since the evidence was so obvious, and that's when Lisa Raye decided to speak up publicly.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a "I'm sorry" apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married?
She went on interviews calling Nicole out, saying this wasn't a one-time mistake, it was a pattern. She brought up the situation with Michael Missick again, making it clear that Nicole had a history of going after married or taken men. Reports even claim that Eddie Murphy himself was furious about the scandal and told Nicole to fix the situation immediately, since her actions were affecting their 5 children. But the real question everyone was asking: how many times had Nicole done this before? Nicole went on Wendy Williams' show to do damage control. She apologized again, this time directing it specifically to Layla Rashawn. She tried to frame it as a lesson about doing your research before dating someone. But the public wasn't sympathetic. Celebrities like Michelle tore into Nicole on social media, calling her disgusting and saying she embarrassed another black woman in front of the world. The comparisons started flying. People said Nicole was like Cousin Faith from the movie Soul Food, the character who slept with her cousin's husband. That comparison stuck, and it wasn't a compliment. Layla Rashawn deleted her social media after the scandal broke, then returned weeks later wearing her wedding ring, showing the world she was standing by her man. Antoine Fuqua never publicly addressed the situation, but he and Layla were later photographed together at family events, seemingly working through it. Nicole, meanwhile, became known as someone you couldn't trust around your man, and her reputation took a massive hit. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn that most people don't know about. Remember when Lisa Raye was trying to move on with her life? Around 2011, rumors started swirling that she was in a relationship with Pastor Noel Jones, the megachurch leader from City of Refuge in Los Angeles. The two were allegedly dating seriously, and their relationship was even featured on the reality show Pastors of LA. Now, here's where things get murky, because what I'm about to tell you is based on street reports and speculation. Nothing's been confirmed, but the timing is suspicious enough to raise eyebrows. Word on the street suggests that when Nicole heard about Lisa Raye moving on with someone new, someone respected and prominent, she allegedly decided to insert herself into that situation too. Reports claim Nicole started circling around Pastor Noel Jones as a way to get back at Lisa Raye for everything that went down with Michael Strahan and that tape. Was it true? No one's confirmed it definitively. Lisa Raye later downplayed her relationship with Pastor Jones, saying he was just a spiritual guide and good friend who helped her understand the Bible better. She denied they were ever romantic, but back in 2013, sources close to the Pastors of LA production said the relationship was very real. So was this Nicole's revenge play, or just Hollywood rumors spinning out of control? We may never know for sure, but it added fuel to an already blazing fire. The internet had a field day with all of this. Social media exploded with reactions. and most people sided with Lisa Raye. Comments flooded in, calling Nicole a homewrecker and questioning why someone so beautiful would continuously go after men who were already taken. One person wrote that Nicole Murphy was gorgeous but diabolical, and that sleeping with your friends' husbands was low-blow behavior. Another pointed out the irony. Nicole ended her marriage to Eddie Murphy because he allegedly cheated on her, yet here she was having affairs with other women's husbands. The hypocrisy wasn't lost on anyone. Michelle's rant went viral, where she said Nicole sat on Wendy's couch laughing about the situation when she should have been hiding under a rock. She accused Nicole of being the type of woman who helps men be evil, providing them with the opportunity to cheat. The dragging was relentless, and Nicole mostly stayed quiet, letting her lawyers and publicist handle the fallout. But the real question is, where do these two stand today? Even now in 2024, the wounds haven't healed. Lisa Raye gave interviews recently where she revisited the entire Nicole Murphy situation, proving that even after all these years, she hasn't forgotten. She talked about discovering Nicole's name on the plane manifest, sending the tape to Michael Strahan, and how her mother warned her from the beginning. She said she's matured since then and isn't interested in fighting anymore, but she made it crystal clear she hasn't forgiven. Nicole, on the other hand, has remained mostly silent about the revenge allegations. She's denied the Michael Missick affair, pointing out that he released a statement saying it wasn't true, though many people still believe Lisa Raye's version of events. The two women occasionally cross paths in Hollywood circles, but there's no reconciliation on the horizon. Lisa Raye has said that while she doesn't wish bad blood or tension, there's simply no going back to friendship after that level of betrayal. The damage is permanent. Nicole continues her life as a businesswoman and mother, but her reputation has been permanently marked by these scandals. Every time her name comes up, people remember the Antoine Fuqua photos, the Lisa Raye accusations, and the pattern that's followed her for years. This whole situation raises some serious questions about loyalty, friendship, and revenge in Hollywood. Lisa Raye discovered her friend betrayed her in one of the worst ways possible, allegedly having an affair with her husband while pretending to be her friend. She exposed it by sending evidence to Nicole's fiancé, which some might say was justified, but then, if the rumors are true, Nicole allegedly came back swinging by going after someone Lisa Raye cared about. So here's what I want you to think about. When someone ruins your relationship, does that make their relationship fair game? Is revenge ever justified, or does it just create an endless cycle of pain? These aren't easy questions. Some people believe Lisa Raye had every right to expose Nicole and that karma eventually caught up with her through the Antoine Fuqua scandal. Others think both women could have handled things more maturely. What's undeniable is that this feud has lasted over 2 decades, affecting relationships, reputations, and families along the way. Neither woman has truly moved on, even if they've moved forward. The lesson here might be that betrayal has consequences that ripple far beyond the initial act. Trust, once broken, can never fully be repaired. And in Hollywood, your mistakes live forever. Lisa Raye's mother saw something in Nicole that day at the bachelorette party, and time proved her instincts were absolutely right. Sometimes the people who smile in your face are the same ones waiting for the perfect moment to stab you in the back. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the celebrity gossip. Thanks for watching.